Hi everyone, welcome to this week Weekly Market Update. So, as we know that last week will be is quite a whipsaw market. We can see during the start of Monday, last Monday, we can see that actually once the Pfizer, the company announced the COVID vaccine news, the market actually turned bullish at a point of time. So, and then the market has been whipsaw between here and there, and it closed on a Friday itself on the green side, as we can see from here. Dow Jones closed around 1.37%, and S&P is around 1.36%. Understand that over the weeks, right, Nasdaq is the biggest uh, index that actually fall. Maybe due to people believe that once the vaccine is out, technology is no longer needed. That's why you can see that most of the big technology sector actually fought, came down last week. So beside that, right, there's one thing I like to bring to your attention is that ultimately, right, there is one, I'm not sure have you guys came across, it's called Russell 2000. Russell 2000, this index is actually to measure the small caps lah. So we can see that from the Russell 2000 index itself, right, it's actually break above the all-time high of at 1,744. Let's take a look before we go into it. So this is Russell index. All right, this is a small cap. We can see that it break the all-time high. This means that small company is actually benefiting from this market itself, and they are performing better. So in this video, right, later I'll be sharing three of the counter as well. Which is we call it a penny counter because it's below $10. So we'll review, and of course a penny counter, you know, is high risk, high reward, right? So this three is actually in my watch list, so I will be sharing later as well. So beside that, for the coming week, right, take note, we are still having the earnings report as well. So if you are holding any Walmart, you know, Nvidia, this kind of counter, just pay attention of the earnings report as well. Beside, I'm quite confident with Walmart, and we know that during this COVID seasons, right, Walmart is needed, especially you need to purchase all kind of necessary stuff, right? So Walmart should be doing good during the earning report as well. So beside that, let's see what's next. All right. If you have joined my Telegram group, you should know that because last week I have chart on the DEX counter on the DEX counter, I say that uh, it might based on this formation, right? Dow theory, it might actually came down, but unfortunately, due to the Monday big bullish news of from the Pfizer itself of the vaccine, right, the market kept up. So in my Telegram group, I did say that actually the trade turned invalid, and I mentioned that our dollars right might need a longer time before it actually come down. All right, why we say that is because right now we know, okay, so this is a dollar index, it didn't actually break down to 92. So why I say that is because first thing, right, you guys know that there's always a three pointer that I've been emphasizing. All right, one, when is the stimulus package, second, when will be the COVID vaccine, third is the president election. So president election, most likely Joe Biden will be the elected one until Trump admit, uh that is confirmed. Second pointer is the COVID vaccine, since Pfizer announced on the 90%, right? Then the third, right now, we are looking is actually the stimulus package. As long as the stimulus package has not rolled out yet, all right, it might not show any weakness in the dollar at this point of time. All right, so unless once it roll out, it show that it need more money, it need more printing on the dollar itself, then it might weaken it. All right, and beside that, with the vaccine news, right, we're not sure whether the package whereby the Congress roll out will it be below the market expectation or not. All right. However, all I know is the longer they drag, all right, the uncertainty will rise up, and then this will cause the market to jitter once again. Okay, so the dollar index, once it roll out, we'll see how much will it be printing, then it will come down. All right, so this continue monitor on the dollar index. All right, so beside that, just nice, if you are following my news, right, you should know that I did mention a couple of the travel stocks. I say that it might actually break out, uh, leisure or travel company. All right, I say they might be doing good, just nice with the Pfizer news. most of the company actually broke off last Monday. It kept up. All right. So if let's say you didn't manage to catch those kind of counter, right, it's okay. Um, wait wait for the market to commit to you before you commit to the market, correct or not? So it's okay, you see, if let's say you chase into the market, right, and then you pull back, isn't that is a more beautiful entry price at this point of time, correct or not? So do not chase into the market itself. And while I take the opportunity to actually unload some of my counter lah, so we be, you tend to be fearful when people is greedy, right? So this is the Warren Buffett, the quote lah. So I will continue to monitor. If let's say the pullback, all right, we call the pullback or the throwback, whichever, is being supported at this price, right, then it might be a good entry sign. All right, so at least you don't enter at this high price. This is Carnival Corps, by the way. All right, at least I don't need to enter at $19. All right, I wait for some throwback here. Okay, so beside that, let me bring some other counter. All right, this week I will be talking about some Singapore counter as well. I mean, one or two. Beside that, I will be talk on the energy counter as well. So before going to those counter or recap what we have been looking, what I have actually said previously, right? So let's look at the three penny counter which I mentioned. All right, first is actually this counter. TIGR. All right. Actually, I charted this long ago lah. Uh, but I didn't realize I didn't share in my trading view. All right. I didn't realize I didn't share in my trading view. So just nice when I was plotting here is the price is around here. So right now I managed to enter. I managed to enter. And right now it actually fluctuate between for a couple of weeks and then it broke off. All right. It break up $5 once again. With volume picking up. So this is below a $10 counter. All right. TIGR is actually a Tiger brokerage company. You can Google more TIGR if you are keen. Their earnings report is doing good, especially for their last quarter. So they are having their earnings reporting soon in November. So I actually into this counter. As you can see, this kind of counter is not those kind of common counter. Those kind of like travel counter, technology counter. Like what people are eyeing on it. All right, it's more on the not a common counter. So this is one of my in my watch list. I'm in as well. I'm hopefully to write it all the way up lah. So this is one of the small cap company, right? And the second counter which I'm looking at, I believe you guys know, I introduced last week is a solar one. All right, VVPR. Okay, you can see this is a trend line. Just now it is still being supported. I don't chase in just because Biden won. I mean the president, because you guys know that he promoting clean energy. I don't chase in. Like I say, I always wait for pullback. You want to go with the market hike, usually you need to have more risk tolerance. All right. So I wait for the pullback here. I see can it be sustained at this price time? If yes, with a good entry signal, with a good volume, then I buy it. Don't take note. This is a penny counter with low volume. It can move either side easily. All right. And then the last counter I'm looking is somehow related to energy. Is actually this Transocean. This is a very, very ultimate risky counter. You can see from from the price from $100 chart from the stock all the way to today is $1. All right, but volume is picking up. Of course, these speculations. This is not long-term investment. If you talk about just now the TIGR and also the VVPR, the solar, right, it's more like based on trading and based on investment, fundamental, a little bit of that. But for this is totally speculation. All right, this is a speculate counter. All right, so we believe energy will come into play after all. Energy, you can see for the energy itself, right? This is the energy XLE, energy trust ETF has been all the way low, but it's been supported at this price. Right now, it pick up again. Why I looking into energy counter is mainly is because if you pay attention in the Singapore market, you know that the Singapore airline like SIA, right? They have this thing called travel bubble. Correct? So right now they approved with Hong Kong, and the ticket actually sold out. A lot of people can't wait to get out of their country, can't wait to travel. So when the air flights start rolling out, correct or not, they need oil ultimately, and market is always forward looking, correct or not? As you can see that from Delta, Delta Airline. All right, you can see. All right, it kept up. come back, and then in right now supported at the, all right, this is actually called a ascending triangle, right? It's being supported. So right now, if let's say the airline is going to pick up, demand is there, oil is definitely needed, all right? So we look forward. So that's why I place a bet on just now one of the penny counter. Hopefully it does help, and then it does make money lah ultimately. And then ultimately, just now I said couple of counter, right? I mentioned SIA. This is a Singapore airline. Singapore Airlines is the same as the US airline. As long as the vaccine is here, all the travel counter will keep up, even the cruise counter. So it kept up, but I don't chase. I wait for some pullback. Ultimately, I remember I shared this in my earlier video in July. I said that if let's say I'm going into airline, right, I might consider SATS instead. All right. You can Google more if you are keen. This is a Singapore counter for Singaporean. If let's say you want to invest in your local market, I say that this counter is way better than Singapore Airline. Why? This is actually a catering company that cater food for the airline. You know, airline when you travel, airline you need to eat, right? So I said that the business model is more versatile. They can actually convert easily to catering than just airline itself. All right. So I have much more confidence in this company compared to airline. As you can see from this price just nice from the chart, it went even higher, all right, in terms of percentage of price, it went even higher compared to SIA. All right, the prospect is much more easier because the the company can actually modify their business model to suit them with current situation. And beside that, I believe you guys know that vaccine, right? Once the Pfizer vaccine roll out, you need those kind of transport. And SATS is one of the company that actually say that they can transport the vaccine at a low temperature. Beside having the vaccine, right, in order to have the vaccine to deliver to all other country, right, it must be kept under a 80 degrees Celsius temperature. So they promise, SATS promise that they are able to do so, and that's why the market actually spiked up. All right, last week. All right, this is one of the main reason. So if you miss this counter, is always wait for the pullback. This is more on long term, and then we are looking for some trading signal to enter in. All right, so this is one of the counter. And beside that, just to share with you guys, is also if you are keen into those kind of drugs company like Pfizer. Let's take a look at Pfizer. All right, let's take a look at Pfizer. All right, Pfizer. You are keen in this kind of drugs company. Can you see? Drugs company announced 90% effective drugs, but then the price pull back. All right, right now pull back with lower volume. Right now, you might think, reconsider at this point of time. Why it pull back? Mainly is because people actually speculate. All right. Second, Pfizer CEO sold the shares of 5.6 million on the vaccine announcement on the day itself. Okay, so just nice. They said company director need to sold, like they need to announce to sell their shares 1 month or weeks ahead, but just now hit on the announcement. Can it be that nice, that coincidence? It's up to you to believe. Might be due to this news cause the market to came down on the day itself, right? All right, but ultimately, if you read more, if you believe that he announced previously, right, then nah, this shouldn't be. This is just the market fluctuations, lah. All right. But for just company, need to take note now. What is all about just company? The market can be very volatile because drugs need approval. As you can see for this company, all right, by Biogen, all right, Biogen, you can see that BIIN on the 4th of November, it announced that their vaccines might get approved by the FDA of the US side. But 2 days or a week later, 3 days, because it's over the weekend, they say their vaccines failed, and then the market came down 40% again. Right, so this is the market volatile of a drugs company. You must be withstand on the volatility, otherwise, you will get stopped out easily. All right, take note. All right, this is a jump of 40% up and down. So if you catch the wave, congrats. If not, take note. Then too bad, right? Okay, so one more is to share on the US oil. US oil. So we can see US oil. I mentioned I charted bearish. It touches, all right, the wick touches on my first layer of zone, and then it bounce up. All right, so right now it has been bouncing, ranging here. If the demand pick up from the airline, from the cruise, right, uh, with the vaccine, if let's say it play a part, right, and with the OPEC cutting of the supply, right, we might be looking slightly bullish on the oil sector. All right, so will it come back, travel down below 30? I don't think so at this point of time. All right, so market is still ranging. We will continue to monitor. All right, so that's all for this week market update. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If yes, please share out. Uh, if not, then I will see you guys next week again. Thank you. Bye bye.